I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omari. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over your son.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick-Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick-Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Good morning, one and all. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, my name is Man. It is the big show on this a big day. It is Wednesday. Yeah. We call it the middle of the week. And so it is that time when the week gets sweeter because for most people, Friday is coming. It is payday and they are a little bit happier. It is always my joy and my pleasure to be with you on the big show. Yep. And we have lots to cover today. But as usual, we want to declare a blessing over all the persons who are viewing, all our subscribers, and all the persons who are actually in the comment section. Just wanted to know that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we can rejoice and be glad in it. Scripture encourages us to make a joyful noise unto the Lord. You understand me? That we ought to serve the Lord with gladness, that we must come before his presence with singing. It is he who has made us. We understand as well that they are always more for us than they are against us. The psalmist says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken. He said, I've been young, I've been old, and I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor their seed begging bread. If you do good, you may not live to see the rewards of some of your good work, but generations to come will be blessed based on your good work. All right? So bear that in mind. Keep doing good. If you don't see the reward, maybe your sons and your daughters will see the reward of your hard work and your hard labor. All right? So what must we do? 3 things, right? 1, if you're on, make sure you have hit the like button already. 2, make sure that you have subscribed. And 3, just like me, take your phone and share it to 5 persons in your contact and ask them to subscribe to the platform. Can you do that for me? There you go. Do that for me. All right. Outside of that, You can also be a member of I Am Sure Sports. Yes, you can be a member of I Am Sure Sports. How can you be a member of I Am Sure Sports? You can be a member of I Am Sure Sports. Very, very simple, right? By going in, you see it right now, and hit that membership option, and you can be a member of I Am Sure Sports. It won't cost you a lot. You can be a sure boss. We have 2 members. You know, our members get special perks and stuff like that. We make sure we make their comments and their addition to the platform a priority. So you can have that, right? So do the membership. Very, very simple as we anticipate the launching of our 2024 edition of our I Am Sure Sports shirt. All right. We have lots of things to cover today. We just saw this here watching the game, Trevante Stewart. Many people have been, we can be so negative and really tear down as a culture, and we need to stop. Trevante Stewart was not playing, and all kind of stuff were coming out. He's on the bench for his team today as they play, I think, Empoli. Yeah, Empoli. So he's on the bench today. So we may see him feature. As you know, Paul Christie was on recently, and he kind of, shared about what was happening. Why Trevante, he has adjusted, and it's good to see him in the match day squad, and we could see him playing in the game today. All right, so look out for that. All right, bam. And give the player a chance. Don't assume that he can't. Give him a chance. Remember, I Am Sure Sports' favorite thing. You need to remember some of these quotes, where expectation don't meet experience. Fill the gap with trust. Give people the benefit of the doubt until you have reason not to trust them anymore. And people who you can't trust, you just lower your expectation level. So your expectation of them and your experience with them are at the same place. There are some people you hold at a high level of trust, some people you hold at a lower level of trust. Where experience don't meet expectation, fill the gap with trust. Don't write off people. All right? Imagine if Trevante Stewart scores today when he comes on. I wonder what the formula would have probably gotten the formula wrong. I don't know. But give people the benefit of the doubt. All right. When it comes on to West Indies cricket, oh my lord, just want to share a little bit about West Indies cricket, right? And the bid not going on. I think again, until Jamaica as a nation begin to see sports as a business, we will always have these dilemmas. Sports just like tourism, sports needs to be a separate business, a business in Jamaica, a multi-billion-dollar business. Entertainment need to be seen as an industry until we make and we put things in place, right? To make sport a multi-billion-dollar business, we're going to have these issues. That means we have to find ways of bringing investors in to invest in our sporting product. This is track and field and football and cricket and netball, the sports that we have done tremendously well. It is unfortunate that the Jamaica, we haven't had any cricket. Imagine the Talawas, which is a Jamaican-based franchise, though not Jamaican-based, did not play one single game in Jamaica. The United States of America is hosting World Cup cricket games ahead of Jamaica with one of the meccas of cricket, Sabina Park. And we can begin to throw blame wherever we want, but we need to stop and check. A country that has produced Courtney Walsh, one of the first pace bowlers to have over 300 test wickets, to have the likes of Chris Gayle, one of the most prolific T20 cricketers in the history of T20 cricket, and to see the state of Michael Holding, Jeffrey Dujan, and the likes, to see the state of Sabina Park, one of the top cricketing ground, being used predominantly this year for football games and parties, it is unfortunate. And blame whomever we want to blame. But until Jamaica, and this is the problem, Jamaica love put responsibility on other people. At times, for some of us step up and demand more and challenge more and do more to change some of these things. And I'm not talking about putting up the 9-day wonder thing where we make a lot of noise and then after 9 days everything goes back to normal. It is full time that as a people we look at it. I hear the people talking about some Natasha Morrison, the school that she went to. They don't even have a field on the school compound for physical education. A school that has produced not an individual but an Olympic gold medalist. We have to do better. And then I want to talk to the people in business in Jamaica, because a lot of you, and I am saying this because I have witnessed this. I have witnessed this. A lot of the people who say that they sponsor stuff in Jamaica, let me tell you this, they're not putting their monies in anything. They may give you products, but they're not putting real money into sports. A lot of the sports are financed by individuals from communities with some money, especially at the grassroots level. It is ordinary Jamaicans like you and I who put money into sports. Major companies, and I tell people that this has led to the detriment of football in Western Jamaica. When Gene Gray and you have like the Bim Williams and you have the guys who used to run Village, when those people, wherever they used to get the resources from, came out of football. That's what happened, because the business entities don't invest as much. They will speak of their profits and how many millions they are making in profit and all of that. But it is not going back into community sport development. You are telling me that some of these banks and hotels cannot find a primary school, a prep school, a high school, right? And build a field and name it after the bank, the hotel, the business. Call it the water bowl, the Grand Palladium field, the total sports complex, the BNS field. Court sporting ground. That is the kind of investment we need to see. Not now $10,000 a year and $1 million a year. That is a drop in the bucket with what we need to see happen. It cannot be that ordinary Jamaicans, like on YouTube alone, in these spaces with the vloggers and people connected, I've given more money. If you calculate the amount of monies in tickets and help and sponsorship and helping with the national program, just in football alone, with even some of the stuff that is being done, the money is being raised for like that to Reggae Boys on the supporters club and those things. The amount of money, bit more money than some companies. More money than major companies in Jamaica that reports profits in the millions. In fact, probably in the billions. Like I happen to be on Spanish Town Road. And you know the restaurant bowl that the national team used to train at. It don't look good. It don't look good right now. I mean, I don't know, maybe they're doing some stuff over there. But we need stuff like that. And it's going to take both government and citizens. It's time for you, instead of you coming and you're trying to pick fight with management and fight with coaches desk and fight with Simon Preston and fight with Ryan LFC and fight with JD. Go and fight your leaders and your representative. It's time for us to come together and say, listen, we are going to come together and boycott some of these things. But listen, Westmoreland people, let me can talk to the people in Westmoreland. I can tell you from my experience with the people in Westmoreland, business sector don't support sports down there. When they approach the business sector down there, the clubs down there, they are told that they give money to their head offices, and that's head office. So I think the people in Westmoreland need to come together and say, you know what? None of us not putting our money here. None of us not shop. And if you begin to do that, if Sav and Grangel and Negril and Witton and Darliston and White House and all of them say, listen, for the next 2 months, none of us, I am sure that changes will take place. And I'm not just talking about football alone. I'm talking about fine if you say you're not giving nothing to football because it has not been successful. You can't say the same about track and field. So the people are talking about, don't give it to football then. Give it to track and field because we have a track record of success in track and field. Because as far as I'm concerned, the fields that are upgraded in, watch this, that are upgraded in Jamaica are done by alumni. I look at like the Mannings now is redoing their whole surface, right? Because I soon come to the schools, you know. And that is just past students, for the most part, doing that. Duckland, they get too much trouble, you know. Yet about we can't agree with extorting. Call in and tell me what you mean. What do you mean that can't agree with extortion of the businesses? What kind of extort? We're not extorting no business. Duckland, careful of them word the way I use it. My name make the people don't believe me. I tell people extort business in a Duckland. Careful in a Duckland, man. Not do me that Duckland, man. Duckland, where you do them? Oh, Duckland stay some man. Duckland, my time Duckland. Duckland, my time you say some things in a Duckland. Me Duckland, man. Not do me that Duckland, man. Chana, man. Star Duckland just throw me off here, man. Man, bring up extort. I'm not telling the people. I am saying that in your community, in your parish, come together and say, we will not support these businesses until these businesses, out of their profit, start making tangible changes in the community that they are profiting from. How that is extortion? So I am saying, if you want to say you're not giving no money to football because our football is not good, fine. Keep it. Give it to track and field. You can't say the same thing. And I keep on saying this. We by now, Jamaica should have a proper track and field stadium that can host international meets in central Jamaica. That is my position. The other thing is that, listen, because there's a next side to this, especially when it comes on to school. Some of you need to call in, you know, because when you call in, you need to call in and share your opinion. Let me say this. When it comes on to the school, some of these schools have some principals that believe if kids play sport, they're going to be dunce. I think that is a dunce position. Sport don't make people dunce. In the same way, it don't make people bright. Well, we have a caller before the 30 minutes. So let's take the call and then we come. Hey, yeah, welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Yeah. Mark.
Yeah, man. You have to understand what the business is, right? Prince Screen attack here, by the way, right?
Yeah, man, me know, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. What the business is now. As a man where link 1 and 2 business people are ready to try to get some sponsorship, right? If the people now come through the turnstile, for some of them games or some of them events, them are rather put them more on which part people are going at a party. If you notice, the Red Stripe Premier League, well, not Red Stripe again, but the Jamaica Premier League are bust about 20 sponsors, right? Because people are got JPL matches. But then you realize a Casafa League, I struggle to find 2 sponsors. I think one sponsor they made have last year. I'm not even know sure if that sponsorship money there really that valuable or really that significant. Because nobody now got Casafa matches. I see Casafa matches are less than 20 people there. You understand?
Yeah. But remember now, one of the difference though is that when it comes on to like let's use the JPL as an example. Imagine if companies were part of the brand, the kind of leverage they would get when Cavaliers and Dumbeholden and Harborview are on ESPN. So we have to look at that too, that it is more than just spectators going inside the venue. Because, for example, a hotel may not need to sponsor based on spectators going to a venue, What they need is that what sort of international recognition or how we can advertise internationally through this particular team. You understand me? Because that is it. Because when the team
in a case like that, no.
Yeah.
In a case like that, no, man, no. When you know the team them play Caribbean Cup and you know said them go then for ESPN in front of and even and ESPN when them on ESPN Caribbean though.
It don't
really
matter.
ESPN.
But no, Column. But ESPN Caribbean is watched by people all over. So it is not like ESPN Caribbean. No, sir. It is called ESPN Caribbean, not because it is just watched by Caribbean viewers, but because it covers Caribbean events. But it is watched globally because it's part of the ESPN network.
My boss, they used to work for an American cable company, right? The major American cable company, them don't carry ESPN Caribbean. Them don't carry it. So I don't know about Dish Network and
I can tell you this now.
But I can tell you so the major one when me used to work for them never used to carry ESPN Caribbean.
I can tell you this right now. If you don't know this, the big phenomenon across the states and across the world is a lot of people are not subscribed to major cable company. And whatever they use, whether it be a Fire Stick, whether they use Roku TV, any one of those things, they have those things on it. They have those things. They can have access to it.
Yeah, but you make a valid point. You make a valid point. But as I say, my point valid as well too. But it comes back to the end of the day, how much people actually are come to them event here. Because if for instance, let me use a football team close to me. Like say, Rockford team come and link me and say, give me 100,000, right? For putting at the club. I have to love football for do it because at the end of the day, say, me I get a better return for my investment if me put that $100,000 there in a I Love Soccer, in a Fed Republic, I want them event there because at least me say I Love Soccer got 10,000 people that come through the gate. I don't know if Rockport got 10,000 people that come through the gate.
No, but here's the thing. But let me say this to you. The major purpose of advertising cannot be for patrons at the event, firstly, unless what you're advertising, right, is going to be used at the venue. So, for example, a beer company, because they get to sell their products there, that makes sense. I am saying when a bank is seeking clients, either for loans or whatever it is, that cannot be based on who goes into the venue, but people who get familiar with the brand. And that is based on TV viewership, not just attendance at the event. So Fly Emirates, for example, is on the Arsenal.
Yeah, man, but you're still coming right back around to the JPL. I'm not talking about the JPL. Come to say JPL have 20 sponsors already. You understand? The JPL have them sponsors, you know.
No, but
what about, remember you talk about Mandela Westmoreland, you know. You're not a JPL team now, Westmoreland.
No,
I talk about the grassroots and the tier 3 club, them and the tier 4 and the tier 5 club there.
But there's another way to leverage. Here's why though. Do you believe that all of those clubs have, and all of those players, so if there's a 50 teams, we know the amount of teams in Jamaica, and say let's say 30, that's 1,500. Yeah. Imagine one financial institution getting all 1,500 to have accounts at their institution. We're not talking about spectators, no. We're just talking about
part of the governing structure, right? No, governance structure from GFF. The club them have to have accounts and them have to have articles of association, right? But so basically, most of them, if not all of them, will follow the governance structure of accounts still. But no, man. At the end of the day, man, right? Because I tell you already, the JPL them have them sponsor. But when you look on us, for instance, you go say St. Thomas Major League, for example, right? If companies are going to sponsor St. Thomas Major League, you know, it have to go be dependent on how much people actually are coming them St. Thomas Major League matches there.
No. I can't agree. I can't agree that.
Can see them on the TV and say, all right, they must see them brand in front of them, you know, the placement they're enough for the product, you know. You understand? So them can see it. And them can say, oh, this is Grace. Or them can see this is Red Stripe. You know, them events, you know, actually, people will actually have to go physically to the location.
You did
see it.
That's
one of the things, them.
You hear me?
Unless people like you and Military Goon and them people will go around to various matches, get contracts with the federation and the various local federation and get for sure some of them match up on YouTube and them say all 5,000, 10,000 people are watching match up on YouTube.
People not hear me?
You'll have more sponsorship dollar coming out of the programs. You understand where I come from? But a man really have to just love before to put in money when not see enough for my return. Why you drop?
Caller now hear me, man. May I try to talk to the caller now hear. Caller listen to something different. Caller, I'm not hearing you. Are you not hearing me? I don't know what you're doing, but you hearing me? Because I'm not hearing you. Yeah. I think the caller not hearing, and call back because let me see if we can get back the caller. I don't think the caller.
I dropped my boss.
Yeah, hear me now?
Hello?
Yeah, are you hearing me? Check. You're not hearing. Yeah, the caller not here. Hello? Hello? All right, so the caller not here. Something gone wrong on the caller phone right now. Because when I hear the caller, me I hear the caller, but the caller now hear me. All right, so people, there's a difference between advertising and marketing. All right, you know that, right? Let's establish that. There's a difference between advertising and marketing. Though some of the things may overlap, there is a difference. All right? Some companies need to advertise, some people market. Let me see if we get in if the caller. Hold on. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man, I am hearing you now. Are you hearing me?
All right, can you hear?
Yeah, something switch on, man. Maybe you turn on your Bluetooth or something. Somebody else call it, we see the line working, because I was hearing the caller before. So somebody just call in and let's see if everything working. But let me say this, people. If a bank sponsors a league, right? Say, let's use one of the tier 2 teams. What that does for the bank is, in the community that team is from, it increases the products of the bank and its visibility. All right? That team can also have all the persons on the team do business with the bank. The team also opens and establishes its account at the bank. They get the community involved and engaged with things at the bank. but it goes beyond that. Every time when it says, for example, the I Am Sure Sports St. Thomas Corner League or St. Thomas Major League or Tier 2 competition, that is the name of the institution being spoken of when it goes into the news. So all of those things are part of it. So we should not limit marketing and advertising to coming into a venue. It goes beyond that. That's what I am saying. Let me see if I can help sort out this, because I don't want the caller to feel like it's my fault. All right, I think that should be, yeah. So that is one option, because at the end of the day, but not only that, right? So don't tell me, because if an entire parish decides, I like what Duckland said, instead of boycotting the companies that don't give, we go supporting the companies that do. So if we begin to say, who are the companies supporting track and field, and begin to support those companies, then it will draw other companies, to want to give as well. So that's a valid point. But let me say this, because there's a next side to this, which I was making earlier, about how even some of the schools, communities are, and some of the schools operate. Some of the schools have principals and boards, especially what we call the more traditional high schools. They have principals and boards that are from the 50s and 60s and hold to certain principles that does not allow younger people to come in and be a part of it. That is a part of it. So it's almost as if they don't believe in sport. And that's the next part of the problem. So they become stumbling block to some of the schools developing in areas of sport. That's part of the issue that we're having. It happens in some communities as well. So many people have been turned off because of some of the red tapes and all of that.
Yeah, you know?
I am hearing you, Are you hearing me?
All right. Yeah, but I can hear loud and clear now.
Okay. So
so as now, right? All right. You approach a company. What do you use a random company, for example? You go to Grace Kennedy, right?
Yes.
And you say, all right, we have a football club out east, and we don't need XYZ, right? Now, when you go to Grace Kennedy, you go to the marketing department. If you have a link in a Grace Kennedy, you probably go to your link or whatever. But the first point of contact is usually the marketing department, right? All right. Marketing now, willing to do that for you, because you probably have a one man in a marketing now, so I love the sports, I love the football, right? Marketing then go to them finance department for the budget. The first question finance department I got ask them, what is our return for investment, right? Now, if you can show them the return for investment, the most likely thing we got is them have a foundation or a charity department or whatever, right? Or a social fund or whatever, you get some money out of that. And then probably say, all right, they will give some great products, or they will give some football boots, or they will give some bibs or whatever, right? From a social point of view. But from an economic point of view, if you can show the club, if you can show the company, them investing in a year club or them putting money in a year league or whatever, I go benefit them, right? Them now go just running. So that's where I come from.
So nobody's suggesting that a company should just give people money with nothing at all. Nobody's not suggesting that. That is not the discussion we're having. if we are going to discuss, if we are going to discuss a proper proposal by clubs, that's a different thing, right? I am saying to you that one of the reasons why clubs don't get anything is because of how you just spoke. I am saying that Grace Kennedy, let's use Grace Kennedy as an example. Grace Kennedy has a plant in St. Catherine. Why isn't it called? Yeah. Why hasn't Grace Kennedy built a sporting complex called the Grace Kennedy Sporting Complex? Why hasn't Grace Kennedy, but Grace Kennedy involved in champs, so they're not the best example because they give a lot to champs. And look what champs has done. And if you Carla, but me just make it, me make my point. You know, me never interject you. Yeah. All right? So because I'm still sticking to what you said. My thing is not that. My thing is that St. Catherine, we are going to call this the Grace Kennedy St. Catherine Major League. Because here is what. We want all persons in St. Catherine, when they go into the supermarkets, the product that they purchase is Grace products. Because we are going to give major investment. See, we have built a field that you can play night games. We will sponsor this league to make it financially viable. That way, every team in the league will get money from us. Because we expect the people from Ewarton, from Bogwalk, from Glengough, from out by the ferry, for everywhere from St. Catherine to buy the Grace product above every other product because we are pumping $1 billion in St. Catherine track and field or football or cricket.
Yeah.
So that is my point. Go ahead. So I'm taking it about a parish. No, man, I am making a parish push for development. Not now look at one man, yes, sir. Not give your club $10,000. I'm talking about when one of these companies take up or two of these companies build a sporting complex, get the entire parish involved and sponsor what is in the parish, then that makes a huge difference because now you're engaging an entire parish in Jamaica to support your product. That is why we were saying earlier, what people should do, an entire parish should decide not to support a particular company and see if it won't affect their profit margins. So, your time now.
Again, man, right? If you notice, you know, one I think them what you're saying, if you notice, Grace Kennedy do a whole heap of sponsorship when it comes to champs, right? Because champs are the creme de la creme when it comes to Jamaican sport in terms of every single thing where marketing company I look forward to, our marketing company I look for, right? So it comes back down to what the company can get. I understand all the points where you're making in an ideal world that could have worked. But at the end of the day, when them got to finance man, enough of them finance man here are some people who don't like sport or probably don't even interest in that sport. And for them job basically to ensure if the company make 200 million last year, the company are going to make 220 this year, 230 this year, right? Because normally in Jamaica, CEOs have a high turnover rate. Probably like you that feel like a Patrick Hilton will get a long run. One man was phone him own company will get a long run. It's normally a high turnover rate because you now make more profit than you make the previous years, right? Them are going to say the road jack. Don't come back no more. So that's where whatever endeavor the marketing team are going to do actually is worthwhile and can benefit the company in the long term or even the short term, because more short term for some of them companies than long term. Yeah, that's where I come from.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're
coming from. Come from.
Like my I'm gonna have Tiga talk because my idea, my champs, you know. Champs for me don't put a lot of money in the coffers of Grace. So I don't think Grace don't sponsor champs because of the heap of returns they get from champs. But
No, man.
yeah.
Grace, champ do a whole heap for Grace. He do a whole heap for Grace, man. Trust me. He do a whole heap. Because remember now, as soon as somebody mentioned the word champ, Grace Kennedy attached to the word champ,
So
and then even on top of it, the promotion leading up to champ, you have the Grace Kennedy. When you got the event, you have the Grace Kennedy. When you got the school, then you have the Grace Kennedy.
I don't agree with this, but
Really?
I have T-Gat. T-Gat is here, so let me hear what T-Gat have to say on somebody. Because,
All right.
yeah, go ahead, T-Gat.
My listening to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Listening to the discussion and stuff like that, and I'm just trying to thinking of a solution for why corporate Jamaica sometimes not sponsoring the sports in Jamaica. And I think the government should get involved. Reason why the government should get involved is like give companies some sort of tax break if they sponsor sports in Jamaica. And I think that's a way they should look at, a window they should look at. So if, for instance, a company like Grace or sponsor, let's say Grace, so Grace don't sponsor anybody. Grace is going to sponsor football in, and they're going to pump $40 million or whatever. They get a tax break. You understand? So, because companies not going to go into a sports and they know they're not going to make anything out of it. You understand? That's why most of these companies don't sponsor. I remember when Craven used to sponsor the Premier League because of the tax break they used to get. You understand? And then more the people have to smoke. You understand? So they used to sponsor. You don't remember the Craven League? You remember them time there?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So if the government get involved and give these company, you understand? All right. They go to the government and say, all right, may I sponsor St. Catherine Football League. You understand? The government have a certain tax break for them. And I think that's the way they should go and develop the sports in the country and around the different parishes. If the government get involved and give these corporate companies some sort of tax break because they're not.
So, come on, T-Gat. We all know that a lot of these companies, whether we know or not, whether we want to call it corruption or not, a lot of companies across Jamaica benefit a lot. A lot of the hotels benefit a lot either by how their employment contracts are crafted and protected by the Ministry of Labor, or you understand, because hotel workers are all under contract at a certain level that they don't have certain benefits and all of those things. The land that they get it at way. In fact, there are a couple of occasions when we have where lands that were designated for other purposes were given over to hotels to build and establish, and NEP and all of those people came up and the government gave them breaks to do that. We see people come and invest in highway and they get every piece of land on the entire highway. So to suggest that these companies, when they invest, they don't get anything from the government, I don't think it is real. I think they get a whole lot. That is why they're investing, but they're not giving back.
They're not
Except
giving
they're
back. Yes,
the company. That is the issue I'm having. And maybe this is why the government craft some of these. And when I say people, don't bother. Listen, you notice me, I said government, because I don't want no. Think like say we attack one party, you know. That's why we are use the word government, you know. When we say government, we mean all the people who have led us politically. You understand me? Yeah. That's all I want to say.
But I understand that the government give company tax. What we're talking about, like for sports, you understand they get tax rate for different things for sports. Because remember, sometime when Waterhouse was playing, Tankwell used to sponsor Waterhouse, and also some of the players used to work for Tankwell. You understand these adoptions. So these things should have. I don't know if it still continue in Jamaica. I don't know if these things kind of continue. But these things, I know these things can grow the football or grow sports in the country.
We have a caller calling into the program. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, I know you have been listening, what do you have to say on these matters? I would love to hear your perspective. And it's a female. Look at
I
that.
don't
Tiga.
express myself.
It is because of you, Tiga, not because of me. Why she's calling? I don't know. She like your loud voice. My voice is too soft. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
We are doing fantastic. How you doing? What do you have to say on these matter? I mean, what do you think is a pathway in terms of sport being supported on a large scale? Is it government need to do more? Corporate Jamaica need to do more.
Oh yes, I do believe that corporate Jamaica and the government on a whole could do much more than they are currently doing. I know that they have been assisting as much as they can, but I do believe that more can be done if they reach out to more entities to get involved. And as you said it before, sport is a business. It is a business. So we need to look at it from that standpoint. But when you touch on the cricket, you call my name.
Yeah. So
And
what are your thoughts on that? The whole cricketing saga, no proposal. Even though the ICC even delayed so that Jamaica could put in their proposal, none was put in. I mean, and so we won't be hosting any of those things, which means no development of Sabina Park, the scoreboard not working, which could mean we don't see any cricket at Sabina Park, like real West Indies cricket for years to come. What are your thoughts on that, seeing that we had such a rich history in cricket, that is Jamaica?
well, I hope it will not be years to come before we can see that lovely cricket at Sabina, because Jamaicans do support cricket. I remember the last CPL that was played here. I remember vividly that the place was packed. The stadium was packed with supporters. So I can't sit here and say yes, I'm going to say that the government should bid, but it's up to them because they would have known if it is beneficial to the country to host it, and then we lose in the end. So I think they need to go back to the drawing board, come back to the table with the different stakeholders and try to get support from whichever country we can to ensure that we have back the cricket playing at Sabina. And I know that the Jamaican people really, really want the cricket being played here,
Yeah. But
so I don't want to think future.
I see one of the viewers are saying that Jamaica, basically suggesting that Jamaica don't support cricket, because if Jamaica supported cricket, then when the CPL games will be here, one, and then when CPL games are here, then people support it. I mean, saying that probably when CPL games were played, even with Chris Gayle, we didn't have a full Sabina Park. When they compare crowds in Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago for CPL games, do Jamaica really support cricket? I mean, even Test cricket don't get supported at Sabina Park. Well,
I understand the Test cricket, the longer version, but when you talk about the T20 and the one day, those are more exciting. And we have to realize that for a while, the cricket have not been played in the school as well. And we're talking about promotion. How do we promote the cricket? Are we seeing it on our televisions? Are we hearing it on the radios? I don't think that we are. And I guess that is where persons are losing the interest, right? So I do believe that we need to be hearing about the cricket. And I must commend JCA, and also ISA, because they have been playing schoolboy
the
cricket
T20, yes.
And also the T20. So now we see that more cricket is playing than before. But we don't want it to be a one-time thing.
Yeah, but nobody watches. What people are saying is that Jamaicans do Jamaicans support? Nobody supports. Listen, I can ask several Jamaicans who are the members of the Jamaica Talawa team, and they probably can't tell you who the captain is.
But management. Sorry.
We need to hear their names on the television. We need to read about them in the paper. long before they come to play. So the names are ringing in our heads. Oh, we have this one, we have that one, we have the Brandon King, we have, we need to be hearing them, we need to be seeing them. And I do believe that once this has been done, people will definitely come out. Because they're going to say, oh, this man is playing for Jamaica, this one is playing for Talawa. Okay, he's a good batsman. Let me go and have a look. So we need to see, sell us something so we can believe in it.
Yeah. All right. I see. My fellow panelists want to say something. So let's hear what you have. Well,
yeah, man, you touched a very interesting thing a while ago. I would like to know how many players are on the Talawa team is Jamaican. How many players on the Talawa team is Jamaican?
Hold on, but the very fact that you're asking that question is showing that even you, as a person who operates what you call sports down the middle, you're not aware of that, even that information. I can call it.
I know. Yeah, I'm looking at the information. No, this is my point is I'm looking at the information right now. I'm looking at it. You understand? Yeah. I'm looking at Jermaine Blackwood. I'm looking at it right now. But this is the thing that kind of kill the sports, because when we used to have the CPL and the ordinary cricket before the franchise cricket comes in, you understand? We used to see more Jamaican playing. This is my opinion. Hold on. This is my opinion. I think the franchise cricket kind of killed the cricket. I think that is my opinion.
No, all right, fine. I hear your opinion, but watch it. Remember, the owner of the franchise is not Jamaican.
Yeah, I know that too.
Are you going to tell the investor how many Jamaicans he's supposed to put on his team? You can't
do that. But I understand that. I understand that.
But Guyana is a similar situation and equation with Guyana, and the Guyanese still support it. A few years ago, it's a similar situation with Trinidad, and Trinidad supports it. So I don't think that is a valid reason to question the support. Right, Carla? Does it matter to you whether 10 Jamaicans are playing and the Jamaica Talawas are 5 Jamaicans? It don't matter.
We don't want to know that they are Talawas and they are going to play in Jamaica. So yes, we want to see our Jamaicans on the team, but I don't think.
But the thing about it, the thing about it. The last article I read on the Talawas, the owner is begging for matches for start to schedule in Jamaica. So not even cricket match is scheduled in Jamaica for the Talawas.
No, all right. Why? Because and this is why I know he wants to play in Jamaica. But here's what: Sabina Park is not up to par.
But how can you have a Jamaican team not playing in Jamaica?
Because the stadium can't host the game, T-Got. How are they going to play in Jamaica if the stadium can't host the game? Where they going to play? Trelawney? And this is where now I think government and the Jamaica Cricket Association need to take responsibility, because there's no way a venue like Sabina Park should at any time, with the legacy it has, right, across the Caribbean and the world. Remember when India come into Jamaica, India said the Indians want to play in Jamaica. The English want to play in Jamaica. There's no way that we should have a venue, and the West Indies Cricket Board, the Jamaica Cricket Association, and the government of Jamaica don't put things in place to ensure that Sabina Park stays at a world-class venue to host cricket games at any time it is called upon. What do you say about that, Carla?
Right, I agree with you. And if we realize it's the same issue that we're having with the National Stadium, and you would have seen in the news the other day with regards to the games that were played here, the state of the stadium, as government and as heads, we need to ensure that we preserve these fields to ensure that we get quality matches.
Yeah, very, very good. I mean, appreciate your input. We know you're a very busy person. You understand me? You will remain incognito because you see they start asking who is speaking. They want to know who the lovely voice is, but I will not disclose such information. Lest your husband has to order special security around you. You know what I mean? Protect you from these male vultures in the comments.
No, they're wrong.
But thanks for your input and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks and all the best.
All right, bye. All right, so right, so just a little bit of cricket, but Tigat, I don't know if you heard. Yeah. Let me say this now, people. Don't know if you have heard this, but Hydel has lost some points and they're on probation like Jamaica College for ineligible player as well. All right. So Hydel has lost points so far. JC has lost points so far. All right. So let me just say, and from my information, I have heard that there are several other schools who in the DaCosta Cup, whether or not other schools will report them, I hear that there are several other schools in the DaCosta Cup and the Manning Cup that if checks were done, they would prove to have many players who should not be playing. All right. Whether or not those cases will come up, we don't know. All right. But this morning, I got some information, right? That Tigat, maybe it's good that you're on. That the big move that was made by Mr. Craig Butler, in terms of buying a club in Belgium. I think a club in the third division in Belgium.
Right.
Is it a professional or amateur club? Professional club. Is it?
I'm not sure. I am not sure. I remember, I'm not.
Yeah, so I was told that it was a professional club that if they keep winning, they could end up in the top tier. So they are professional.
Right.
All right. So playing in the league with like Standard Liège and those teams. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. All right. I heard that it's a professional club in the tier 3 that could elevate to the first tier of the Belgian top flight. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at that time, even on Sportsmax, I and this is information that I got, all the information. I'm just asking questions because I think it's a good move. One, to have purchased a club, and 10 players. Understand that some 10 players were signed for the club, including the young goalkeeper who was a standout last year called Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, on the Sportsmax interview that was done, I got a clipping of it that he actually there was a video of him actually signing for the club. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yes. So, but what I want to know is concerning the rules. A soldier is about to call in. Can a player sign a professional contract and still play in schoolboy football? Because if the goalkeeper signed that professional contract, how is he still keeping for Mona?
Because maybe he has not taken up the contract as yet.
So you sign it, but
maybe it's a pre-contract, right?
So Whisper
maybe when he reaches.
So Whisper could have played for Kingston College.
I think if he wanted to.
Really?
I think if he I think if he because he has not.
I don't think you can sign a professional contract, whether pre-contract or the full contract. I don't think you can do that, and still play schoolboy football.
Okay.
But
man.
Soldier is online. Welcome, Soldier. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. But as I say that, I think maybe he could play because remember when when the guys go to school and playing for the Premier League, but they cannot play for the Premier League until the schoolboy season finish. So I think it could work that way. Because you could play for the Premier League club, but you have to wait until the schoolboy season finish. If you play for the team before, you cannot play for your school. But you could play for a school after a school season finish, then you can go and play the National Premier League. It's the same thing. So I think he could play for Kingston College until the contract at Chelsea.
I don't think so. I would like somebody. Like I said, I don't think so. But I'd love to get something that actually explains that, right? I'm not saying it can't be, but what I am saying though is that I know that the players in the JPL have amateur contracts. There's a different contract because a professional contract means that you're being paid. And as far as I know, if you have a professional contract where payment is a part of it, you cannot play in the schoolboy football competition.
But remember, you're not getting no pay, not getting 1 cent or anything like. No, we know.
Who are you talking about, Soldier?
But man is one, Soldier.
Hold on. Who are you talking about, Soldier?
I'm talking about you, Dujan. Say you could pay for Kingston College, I think.
Oh, you mean say Dujan?
Because it's not like
who telling that Dujan not getting paid? Or he hasn't got money from his contract?
He can't get money until he reach 18. He not reach 18 yet.
All right, no, hold on. Listen, because we're not talking about. I don't want us to mix up because I don't want to mix.
Right, but man.
Hold on. Let me just go. Because this is not about Whisper. Let's leave Whisper out of this.
Leave Whisper out, right?
Leave Whisper. This is not about him. Let me go back to what I said. Right? When the Phoenix players signed with the club that was purchased, I understood that 10 of them signed for the club. All right? Some are back playing schoolboy football. What I want to know, was it amateur contract, no pay contract, pre-contracts? Or if it was a professional contract, can you sign a professional contract with a club and still play in schoolboy football in Jamaica? You're saying yes, Teagat, and Soldier, you're saying
I'm saying no, but this is my point. I'm going to say we don't know the stipulation of the contract and what the contract said. Suppose the contract said when these players finish the schoolboy football league, they will come directly to the club and don't go to nobody else. What about we don't know the stipulation. You're looking at a contract. If they sign a contract, they cannot play professional. They can't play. You look at a contract, but you don't know the stipulation of the contract. A lot of contracts have stipulations and guidelines.
Don't hang up, Soldier. Let me call somebody who I think knows some of this. Because here it is. Chris Wayne is saying you cannot sign pro contract and play schoolboy football. Same thing happened to Christopher Ainsworth. He signed pro, so he could not come back to Calabar.
Right. So maybe they sign a contract to agree to play for them at the end of the season, and they can't go nowhere else.
Hold on. Sir Leader, we have Soldier online. I know you know some of these.
Yeah, Soldier.
Yeah, and we have Teagat.
Yes,
we have Teagat in the studio. Can a person sign a professional contract and play schoolboy football?
Okay. The rules, no, when you say professional contract, right? A contract is professional when it's lodged at the JFF. You understand what I'm saying? If you sign a contract and it's not lodged at the JFF, it's not going to be, it's not professional then, so to speak. They have signed a contract, but until it's lodged at the JFF that this is a professional player, they're getting X amount of whatever compensated.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, but there aren't any schoolboys that will be doing that. What's the question? Because I was listening to your show.
So, because somebody was saying to me that because you know that Craig Butler Phoenix Academy purchased a club in Belgium, I think in the third year, and 10 players. It was reported that 10 players had signed for the club. I think
reportedly.
Yeah, but Mr. Butler said that 10 players, right? So
Manning.
No, let me just
repeat who said it, please.
No, What does have to do with anything?
It has everything to do with it.
No. You and I are different. I am going to take a person at their word until I have reason to believe otherwise. All right? So whatever you want to believe, you right? So what I am saying is this.
Coming from the person who had players signed to Bayern Munich and Lille, etc.
Leader, let's not. So he said that 10 persons, all right, signed. When they did the Sportsmax clip, Akeem Bernard was one of those persons that you saw signing. All right, but I saw him playing. In fact, some of the players are still in Belgium and some are in Jamaica. And Akeem Bernard is in Jamaica playing. So, couple of questions. Maybe his signing wasn't part of it. You understand me?
I can answer.
But what
I can answer.
But what I want to know is that can you sign professionally? That's all I want to know. And still play.
Let me answer you. Okay, as from what I've seen, because I did check up on it, I think there are only about 3 of them who actually signed professionally.
Oh, okay, not
they
10.
are listed.
Okay,
are listed with their 3 or possibly 4.
Somebody said that. Somebody said that Duvey, Michael Campbell, Kevin Wilson, Zidane Pinnock, and Jade Clark listed at the club and transfer market. Okay. So, okay.
That's about 4 of them, right?
Duvey, Michael Campbell, Kevin Wilson, Zane Pinnock, and Jade Clark.
Pinnock, yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't 10, it was only 5.
That sounds close to what I know. Yes.
Okay.
What Butler will do, Butler has a way, just like how his son was signed into Fortuna, Dusseldorf or whatever. Sometimes these things are exaggerated a bit. So it will be saying that that's it. This is something that Butler has done for years. What I do know is about 4 to, as he said, 5. Yes. The others, no.
Somebody is saying that Zidane Zander Bicknell also signed, so that is 6.
Yeah, Bicknell is there.
So that's 6.
Bicknell is there. Probably 6. No, hold on. All of them, hold on. All of them are not Jamaicans,
Who is not a Jamaican in here that I just called?
No, I think there's some of them that might have been signed there.
Leader. The ones that I have called are all Jamaicans. Marcus Reed is also a Jamaican.
Confirm.
But I
know it was in the region of 4 or 5. I'm not sure.
This is a confusion now because now Jason is saying the only players signed are Donahue Mitchell, Marcus Reed, Saka Wilson, and Bicknell. So that's only 4. So the number 10, wherever we got it from, it is not accurate. Only 4 are signed. Okay. All right. Okay.
That's why I'm right there. Did he call Bicknell's name?
So it's Bicknell, Marcus Reed, Wilson, and Donahue Mitchell. Only 4. That Jason is saying.
That's correct. From the initial thing, I tell you it's about 4. I did check it.
Okay.
It's 4 of them. That's a fact.
So Bernard can play in the league then. There's no problem.
Of course he can.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. But Mona's problem is bigger than that, That's not the problem Mona would have, Mona's problem is going to be a similar problem that Hydel had. That's what their problem is going to be.
Okay, with the transfer, the amount of quota.
No, not transfer. They have no problem with transfer. It's the amount of quota players they have using. That's all. They have 4 using right now.
Yeah.
2 who came from JC, 1 from St. George's, and 1 from Tarrant. That's a fact. But what has happened is that Issa has had some clemency in the case of Hydel, so I'm probably going to expect that the same thing might very well happen with the case of Mona, because they have set precedent now with that Hydel case, because they were up to as much of, I think, 6 or 7 players that were supposedly quota, but there were various arguments that were brought forward, and it was whittled down to 1 youngster that actually was in breach. Okay? So that's what happened in that case. Only 1 was in breach.
Okay. So why if that is the case? What if that is the case?
What's that?
Why did JC and Hydel get the same punishment?
Hold on. No, the 2 situations are different. You can't compare.
Yeah,
I'm not going to discuss the situation with JC.
No.
No, I'm just going to say, I won't
no,
discuss that, but I'm just saying it's two completely different things. One was deliberate and one could have been said to accidental.
Leader, what is the question I asked you? Repeat the question.
You asked why were they sanctioned in a similar way?
But when the cases
I can't
are
say anything
completely
on that.
different.
They are very different.
But that is the
One
point I'm
was
making.
bordering on fraud.
So here's what I'm saying to you. But leader, that is the question I'm asking you. One is bordering on fraud. One is not fraud. And both of them were punished in like manner. Why?
No, both of them were not. In one case, the player cannot play. In the other case, all players are still able to play. Because if you notice,
for
one of them, they mentioned that the player cannot participate. In the other one, they did not, because all players were basically cleared.
So all the players are cleared to play in one case, but they still lost the 3 points and they still are on a 3-year probation.
Yes, because you did not declare. Hold on. Some players were declared not quota when they should have been. That's basically it.
All right.
And then there are some that were quota who is a user there within the case and said, okay, we're going to use our discretion in some exceptional circumstances and not punish the youngsters, for something basically anyway.
All right. So what I want you
basically
to do,
it's a different thing.
What I want you to do for me, because some person don't understand the quota system. You're only allowed, 3 quota players?
Right. And it's not like you get 3 this year and 3 next year. What the rule says is that once a player moves from his original school and moves to a second school, he will be part of a quota. Listen now, a school can take in as much as 10 or 20 players. However, when the time comes for them to list, they are going to have to choose 3. So the others, basically, once they have moved, they will almost be blighted. They can't move again because they're not a part of this code. The rule is that you can only transfer once. Once you have transferred again, you're going to be bringing a red flag. And there's a school in the competition that's also in breach of that. But that's a different thing.
Leader, me know who, but me not myself not talk.
We can't talk on that yet.
Me know who, but when I say come here, but when I say all it more school in a Dakar Cup too. In a Dakar Cup, when need for them to do the same thing to where know themselves and it's a need for go down and check a look out on them because those things are going too long. Because last year, two school players going to different school and register under one umbrella, and those things was wrong. Those things was wrong, but it's just because didn't pay one of them early. I mean, no, definitely me talk and let out everything, but me just show it never affect didn't
because it don't affect the until you know talk. You know,
yeah, because if you have to coach it, one name me then talk to. If you have to coach it, me then talk to. As a farmer coach from down, me then talk, but it didn't affect them. But when me realize, man, you know it's you know about it, you know, man, but I just show me no accent.
Man. Me.
Man is man no.
You people know what I know.
Man, you must know about the school, man is man. See, are 2 different umbrellas, and when they come, the coach, when I coach tell for my friend say this, tell my friend say listen, my friend say listen, man. The God say me used to coach him and I tell me say and him appear under one umbrella. And you know the whole history, you know, but somebody that got passed and gone. So, you know.
Just agree with a thought, right? Leader says, I know the school, but seem their lawyer frightened Issa. No integrity, it seem at Issa.
True, I agree with that.
No, we don't know.
No, let me tell you the problem.
I agree with that girl.
Let me tell you the problem with Issa now. Issa is expecting the various schools, the various coaches, players, management, soldier, myself, anybody to police the thing. Because let me show you a fact that came out the other day from a very prominent school. That Issa has no way, listen to this now, they have no way of verifying the legality of players before 2020. So 2019 and 2018, which those players would still be in the system playing, unless you can bring evidence. Issa do have no way for know. So one of the problems with a certain player from a certain school is that it came out yesterday when Hydel, I can call Hydel's name, mentioned the player. And let me tell you the joke now. The player in question, they could have said that the player played for Clancarty, but they couldn't say that the player played for, say, Jamaica College or whatever. But funny enough, it's in the newspaper that the player scored while playing for Jamaica College twice. But the third school that he's at, which he should not be playing, has some strong liars there. That's all I can say. But we are people out there in the know are watching carefully, because with a lot of people didn't know, that Hydel, once the thing came around that they might have players in breach,
so Calabar,
they stopped playing them for a while.
Calabar have strong liar, because I hear that Calabar could be in breach too. That's what I heard through the grapevine. Is it true?
No, I know nothing of that. Calabar only has 2 quarter players, by the way. Only has 2 quarter players. Let me just make that sense. So it's not Calabar.
No, you don't have good liars, or no, Calabar.
No, Calabar only has 2. So once it reach anything quarter, Calabar can't be in breach. We only have 2.
Okay.
Because we build from within. But I'm not talking about Calabar. We just...
Leader. The school, leader. You have players going to a next school and then playing for your next school. All those things is foolishness. It's as where the girls say, I agree with the players going to one school and playing for your next school. More than different school, but going to a next school, going to a next school and playing for their particular school. And Issa know that, complain large, Issa know that, as the girl said, them afraid of certain people lie. I can bet if it was school like Ochi, Iona, Marcos, and
they will be banned and kicked out. Yeah, they will be banned and kicked out.
And kick out the league. William, they kick them at school out the league. But certain things.
There's
and management coming a good thing where management said, oh, you cannot chat 2 different situations and you give 2 men the same punishment. All that again.
No, it's not the same punishment, because in one case, the players are still able to play. In the other case, I make it known he cannot play.
People. So I was on Ira FM Monday night, and what's the score? So here's my solution. Over the years, the person who suffers the most is the child. I call child because they are children. Whether it's track and field, this rule is applied, or it's in football, which are the predominant sports where you have these issues. It is the children, the student athlete, who suffers the most. And here's what, 90% of the times, they are not the cause of the issue. As 16 and 15-year-olds, sometimes they are brought in positions by adults who knows the rule and knows better. So here's what I am suggesting, that nothing will change until Issa start suspending some of these coaches and administrators, put them on 3-year bans, and say you are not allowed to coach or participate in anything concerning Issa for the next 3 years. When that is done, I think a lot of them will stop doing these things. As long as the kids are punished, here's what happened. They are just going to find an next child.
No.
Yeah.
That is it.
No, that won't work. All is going to happen. The school is going to find another coach. What you need to do is punish the school. You see, when you ban a school for 1 year, they know you're going to see. All you're going to do is get a new coach. That's not going to make a difference.
But here's what.
Leader, I agree with management. 1 second. I agree with leader. I can tell you this. When I used to coach Ochi, board belly down there with Ochi team. Cedric Titus, we can call name. Cedric Titus at that time using, which is 21-year-old at the time, playing Mr. Brown. Was said this kid really talented. When the Jamaica team calling up on his, they could send any of those players. When they find out, they ban the coach for 2 years. But when you ban the coach, the school just get back a next coach.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Get back a next coach.
That's all going to happen. What you want is that the school, once the school get banned, then now you're going to have something on there. Because really, it's not going to change. Until they get the strength to think there. Just by seeing a coach. By the way, hold on. Just think about it. Man is man. You are a coach of West Indies College, right? I say I suspend you during the whole summer. How is Issa going to know that it's not you preparing the team? The only thing them going to have action is when your actual day comes and you have to go on the bench, you know. Otherwise, from that you can prepare the team same way or whatever under your ban. Nobody, come on, man. The man is man. You have to ban the school, right? When they do things like this. And as I said, the problem is, by the way, as I said, Issa cannot police the system that they have put in place. They cannot. That is a big problem.
All right, I think we have Brian. Brian is here online wanting to join in the conversation. What say you, Brian?
Yeah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mannings, and the other persons who are on the call. I think the leader and Soji. And good afternoon to the persons who are watching. Mannings, you see the burning thing about Issa?
Yeah.
I remember a scenario a few years ago. 2 schools were playing in a cricket match up by Melbourne, a final. And at the end of the final, there was a brawl. A big brawl, fight ensued, and it just ended ugly. And Issa decided that they were going to ban one of the schools from playing in cricket for the next year. You know what? And that time we didn't have the quota rule. You know what happened? All of the players from the school that were banned, they left and went to another school and won the cricket competition the following year. And I'm saying this to say, sometimes I agree with leader to a point, but I think, well, the quota rule is in now, so maybe that won't happen. But I think the coaches, I agree with you, Manning, the coaches and the administrators need to be wind up in whatever banning is taking place.
Yep.
Because they are in this scenario, they are the responsible adults who we are expecting to guide the kids into the direction in which they ought to be guided. Yeah. And they are the one most times, because the kids can't leave school A and go enroll in school B without the administration, but themselves, them can't do that. So I think them parents is to be blamed partly, because I think to look out for and protect the interest of your child. And maybe some of the parents are not so knowledgeable about the rules, but we don't think ignorance is an excuse for the law. But greater than that, I think the coaches, the principal, all the people who are involved in the transfer of the kids to the new school, knowing that the kids should not be playing, I think that when the sanctions are being handed out, they ought to be part of it.
Yeah,
because if they are not, there is not, because what's happening now is you ban a 16-year-old youth from playing football, or go run track or go play cricket, and him lose a year of development, regardless of how minor we think that may be. But the people them who are putting the kids in these positions
still continue
the opportunity to continue.
Yeah. So
mislead and to misguide other students.
Yeah.
And that is the major problem.
Yeah. So here's my
they need to be a part of it.
Yeah. So, all right, hold on, because I want Tiga to say something. Brand, I totally agree with you. In fact, I'll go as far as to say, where there is no legitimate falsification of documentation by the kids. Like if they present wrong birth certificates, if they present wrong grades and stuff to the school, then the children should not play. Outside of that, I think I would allow the kids to play, take away the 3 points, suspend the school administrators, and if you want to ban the school. But I think the children should be allowed to play. I feel like in the case where it's proven that the child did not know or was not abreast of what the rule says specifically, a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, I think the child should be allowed to, if they want to, go and play at the next school. And ISA should permit that, but ban the school, ban the coaches, ban the administrators. But I think I don't like the idea of punishing the children. That's me. Go ahead.
I agree with you on that one.
Go ahead, leader. Hold on, leader. Let me hear from Tiga. Tiga, what are you saying on this?
Yeah,
Hold on,
definitely.
Leader. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. I think the school should take the blunt of it. Secondly, the coach, and then the least blunt should go to the players. You understand? If the player don't know, if it's a first offense, you understand, I would give him leniency. But the school, most of all, should know the rules and regulation of the competition. The coach, secondly, should also know the rules and regulation of the competition, and the player. You understand? Even if the player don't know first offense, have a blind. But yeah, the school should take the blunt of it. I think the school should be banned, the coach banned, and the player, get a light sentence, a probation.
Yeah. So go ahead now, leader.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, all of you don't know, there's one of the rules, right? That say that let's suppose a school gets banned, it won't affect the youngsters, because there is a part of a rule that if a school is not entering a particular year, the players can move to another school and be non-quota. So it means that in a case of say a Charlie Mount High, I don't know, whatever, say Dacosta Cup High School, right, gets banned, right, and some of the players there have 4 or more subjects, they can easily move to Manning Cup High School and participate right away without being a quota player, because once the school does not enter, the player is not going to be a quota player for that year. And a precedent, let me just say this now, a precedent has been set with the ruling yesterday with Hydel. So it seems that once a school does not participate in 1 year and the youngster is a non-quota, it looks like if he moves, he's going to be non-quota for the rest of the time, because that was one of the decisions that came out. And in a court of law, precedent always takes that part of the thing. But the other thing, the youngsters most times, 99.9% of the times, have not a clue about, especially with the new quota rules, because coaches approach them. I know of youngsters now that have transferred from, say, this is just, but these aren't the actual school names now, from, say, Papine to Mount Russell Academy to and they played at Russell Academy for, say, York High School. Then that player now is moving back to the original school where they are from.
Let's use Bar High School and Blue Hill Road.
Okay, whatever, it don't matter. Anyway, they're moving from school A to an academy. Then they're trying to go back now. But when they were at the academy enrolled them to play for a high school. And this player now wants to go back to their original school. Leader.
That is not hypothetical, leader. What you have just done, leader.
It is.
No, it is not, leader.
Anyway, what happens in a youngster like that? He can't play. And a youngster is finding out that after he has moved.
Yes, so you have just spoken about because that is very specific.
It's not. It's a situation that happened. There are a couple youngsters out there like that.
Yeah, but
a couple of them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, you're spoken. You have used Mount, you use York, and you talk about a farmer school.
Money.
So what you have done, leader, you have basically named out a situation without calling the player's name. And I don't think, I think you could be more discreet. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, leader. With all due respect, I don't know, somebody's background is breathing.
Mute,
With
leader.
all due respect. Yeah, leader, with all due respect. I don't like when you carry the conversation down the line, my boss. Because, I mean, sometimes we have to be careful of things that we're saying. Because when we say them, we can't take them back. And just listening to the scenario, the average football man know exactly what you're referencing. So, I don't know if you are doing that, or your effort at being discreet is poor, but the average man kind of know what you're talking about. I mean, I think
they might know about the scenario, but they don't know who the player is.
Leader, it is irrelevant who the player is when you are implicating the people in the institution, brother.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking to the player them being
leader, think about it. Use an example. I say that. Say the player left one institution, go to an academy named Mount, then they goes to a school named York, and then goes back to Mount. You don't think anybody understand what you're saying? Think about that, leader.
No, he didn't go back to Mount. He went back to the original school, and nobody knows which original school is.
Yeah, but what I've said, don't you think the people know when you say Mount and York, which two places you're talking about?
Well, the fact of the matter is that there are youngsters now. There are youngsters now who are basically cannot play any more school football for the rest of their life. No, listen to this, There are several youngsters now who cannot play any more school football for the rest of their life because of the rule that say you can't move to more than two schools.
Let me ask you this, leader. Weren't you involved in at least one of these players making this move?
I'm not going to discuss it.
Right. Why, leader? Discuss it, leader. Yeah, discuss it. Yeah, why, leader? Yeah, Tom. You are the one that opened the door. As a lawyer, as a famous lawyer, say you open the door. Yeah, you open the door. Let us all walk into it. You open the door, leader. You open the door.
Something then. Hold on. Let me say something. Okay. I would have probably gotten advice from the school. But when I looked at the ruling, something kept telling me that my interpretation of the law is that this player is not going to be able to play at all.
Leader, if I were you, I will continue to play the fifth. And though allow that to tell them about no door and walk.
No, I don't tell anything. Nobody knows. Leader.
Just work with the fifth leader. Just see the fifth and call it come back. But I would them do a thing.
Anyway, there's a rule that is there that the players cannot transfer to more than two schools. That is going to be affecting a lot of players in the future, and it's going to almost be locking them out of schoolboy football for the rest of their life. Because right now, I know of two particular situations of two players that they will not be able to play schoolboy football for the rest of their lives. And both youngsters are 16 years old right now.
And I think
they cannot play any more school football.
I think that is a bad thing. I think that is for me the bad thing. Yeah. Yeah.
But as well the call as Virgin and the Brian said, agree with him when this Brian and management, because leader, when you look at it, some of these parents have to look at it this way. Some of these parents poor, and these men come out after them so much things that they can do. I even know if a goalkeeper, and they offer the parents so much things, and they send him to that school, and they go play for the school and win the cup the year. But what I'm saying, these things is wrong.
Soldier, the cases I'm thinking about, youngsters them only want to play football. They not get offered nothing. Them say them just want to go back to them original school and play. And they,
Okay.
unfortunately, once they have transferred now, they're not get offered nothing. I can tell that for a fact. They just want to play some money cup ball. And when they have moved now, they find out said because of what the rule says that even if you transfer back to the school where you come from, you can't play. And Issa need to rethink this. It is wrong.
Yeah.
Because if a youngster goes somewhere else and them realize that the grass not green over there,
Yeah.
and him change
All
his
right.
mind,
But the other thing now,
he
leader.
is locked out, and especially if he's 16.
Leader. Here is Rickard asking a very good question. Why would a 16-year-old? Because this would have happened between in 3 years. Why would a 16-year-old a 16-year-old in 3 years or 3.5 years transfer from 3 schools? Why? Isn't that no time when you really look at the parent?
No, hold on. Let me just look at the apps. Hold on. He would have moved from school A, right? So in 2021, he would have moved from school A to school B, right? Listen now, you know. And then in 2023, him decide he want to go back to school A. You understand? It's not 3 different schools, you know. So school A and school B, right? It's 2 schools they move into. But because of how the rule is written, once he transfer back to school A, it's looked as a third transfer, a second transfer, and he cannot play. The rule is very specific with that one. So it's not that he got 3 different schools, you know. He went from school A to school B and back to school A, and he cannot play now.
Yeah.
Manning, you know what I think the major problem is? I think the main problem, outside of the ISA rule or whatever, but I think the major problem is you have these people who, in a quest to maintain dominance in school sport, they go above and beyond to go and recruit the players from all over Jamaica and wherever it can get them from with a quest to win. Because I'm telling you, a lot of these schools who have to go on these massive recruitment drives, their major aim is to win the sport, whatever sport it is that they're playing. Because at the end of that, a lot of times, the players don't necessarily benefit outside of the hype what them get from playing them play schoolboy football and maybe possible opportunities what them get, which they could have possibly gotten had they remained at their original school and the program developed and stuff. So I think the people who have a vested interest in winning schoolboy football games or school competition, track and field, whatever them call it, they are the problem, brother. Because as well, the commenter say, why would a 16-year-old need to be transferred 3 times before him really
Agent Armstrong is saying that they can transfer to 3 schools because they can. This is high school. That is a child's prerogative. But then somebody is saying that he can transfer, but he can't play schoolboy sports.
Yes.
And that is his prerogative.
Hold on. Look here. Hold on. There's another problem, you know. You have cases where schools will transfer up to 20 boys in, and they know they can only play 3. So a lot of those boys that transfer in are now locked out of schoolboy sport because they have made more than 1 transfer.
So leader,
just by doing that.
So leader, what I'm saying is that when a man goes to a father and says to the father, I want you to come and play for my school. I want your son to come and play for my school. All right, don't the parent ask, but you only allowed 3 transfers. What are the guarantee that my son is going to play? If then, subsequent to that, the parent understand that there were 20 other kids, according to you, in the school, shouldn't the parent be able to report that to ISA? And then ISA sanction the school and then allow the parent to move the child to a school where they can actually play because the parent was deceived.
Hold on. Sanction them for what? Sanction them for what?
Sanctioning the...
What are you going to sanction them for? There's no guarantee that you see your son moving to school A. He's guaranteed a spot to play.
If you can't sanction them,
run.
Shouldn't a parent be able to go to ISA and report that this leader Brown came to my house, met with me, gave me 5 washing machine, 3 gas stove, 2 freezers, right, and said my son should come to Maxwell's High School.
Schoolie.
Maxwell High School.
Let's say schoolie.
Just I'm saying Maxwell High School. All right. Now, having seen him at Maxwell High School, I understand that the quota rule says 3. They told me that he would be a part of the 3. Now they're telling me at the start of the season that there are 20 other players before him. So he will not be able to play any schoolboy football as long as he's at the school. Shouldn't that parent be able to make a report like that? And Issa either put that school on probation and say to the parent, okay, we are giving you this one opportunity to move your child again. And you should be able to move your child somewhere where you believe you'll get the best of them.
Okay, look here now. Look here.
Hold on, leader. How much parents is like you, man, would really take you upon them head? We say them going to do something like that. Because most parents, oh boy, you make me go good, me get machine and get this. This is Jamaica you're talking about. You know, how me are dying. We see interzone start. And we see the school, and we go through interzone. So if we construct problem down there, that has stuck up. You know how me are dying to see the interzone start?
Management. Maybe
Go ahead, Keegan.
Yeah, I was saying I understand what Sudi is saying because when I started out to play Morning Cup and went to the noon training, I went to like the first 2 training and my mother never had the money to give me back the bus fare to go to Cement. So I missed the following week. Like I went the Monday and the Tuesday and train. I didn't train for the rest of the week. By Friday, I saw a big call at my house. You understand? And he was wondering. He said, "Oh, you just start come training and not coming back." You understand? I told him that my mother didn't have no money to send me to school. So he said he wanted to talk to my mother. And he went and he spoke to my mother. And my mother don't really know nothing about football at the time. She only knows me I kick football and he might tell her the benefits or me can get and scholarship and pay the school fee, and she didn't know nothing of it. So the point I'm trying to make it, some parents don't know nothing at all. They know so them son kick football and then that's it. They don't know about no quota, they don't know about no transfer. As long as they play football and then think at the end of the run, they feel like they can get some benefit out of it. Because my mother never knew nothing about football.
Exactly.
Travis Pesser said that Ronaldo Webster transferred from Petersfield. He played for Stets and then he moved from Stets and he played for Wolmer's. And Adrian Armstrong, about what I said, no way that should happen when with the parents. You take the risk when your child transferring and now they're not good enough to be in the 3 to play. So it's basically saying that if you move and you can't play, then you're soft. You just sit out and don't play no football for the rest of your time.
That's it. That's your own fault.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. You're not good enough to play at that school.
No, man,
you can play at the next school.
Yes, but you have already transferred more than twice. So you are now, if you transfer again, you are in breach of Issa's own rules and you cannot play.
All right.
Hold on, Mannings. Let me tell you about hold on. Let us look at another situation. There's a young national player, right? Who is under 15. He cannot play for his school's man in the Costa Cup team, right? Okay? He can't make the team because he's transferring from another school. Okay? This player now, he was approached by a club, call it club, right? To say, come and spend a year with us, right? And then you can go back to the high school, right? And once you go back to the high school, you can play. Look here now, the rules say that once that youngster comes out of that school, if he goes back, he's going to have to sit out a year unless he has 4 subjects. But nobody took the time to tell the parent that. So when the parent called me and asked me, I could tell her, Mommy, they are lying. So you have some unscrupulous people out there who They are either very dunce to the rules or they know the rules and they don't care what the repercussions are going to be. Just like how when they're taking 20 boys or 20 girls to run, it's not, by the way, it's not only football, you know. You have teams, and this is before quarter. You have teams that carry all 100 boys, and it's only 6 can run at champs. And them have 40 boys sit down, can't run. Okay? But at least at that time, they had the choice that they could probably move and go to another school. Issa has now done it. That these boys, if they go to that school, they are forever locked and cannot move. And their football, cricket, or track and field career is basically done. There's no way for them to develop within the school system at all. Because of what the Issa rule that limits once you have transferred more than once, you transfer again, you are dead. Even if you go back to the school where you're coming from. And that is just wrong. If a youngster made a mistake and he went to a school, he should not be penalized from going back to his original school and you tell him so he can't play. You understand? It's a need for that section at the law. So a youngster and move, and then when he realize the grass not as green and he want to go back to where he come from, he should have that option.
All right. Listen, I mean,
penalize.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, but I need to, we have around 15 minutes left on the show, and there's a next important matter. So I want to thank all of you for coming in and giving your contribution. And then maybe if what we're talking about next you want to be a part of, you can rejoin. All right, but thanks, Solji and Maxwell. We're going to talk about some Deeney. So I'm going to play a video, and then you guys can watch it, and then you can give your thoughts. All right. All right. So don't know if you saw this recently. T got Deeney. Basically, yeah, kind of in an interview expressing why he, you know, what happened with him in terms of representing Jamaica. All right. I think this is the first time that we are actually hearing a story from him. And I want to add something to that. So let me see if I can share that on the screen and others can. Remember, people, if you have not yet, please hit the like button. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you have not. Remember, you can be like Drew Ross, you can be a member of I Am Sure Sports. You can check out our membership and be a Sure Boss. And like Brain Drain, you can. You can also give a super sticker and super chat as well. So become a member. Very easy. You can be a member of the channel. There are lots of perks coming. All right. So this is Deeney. Many people have been asking about why he didn't represent Jamaica. So he kind of outlines it in this video.
Like Jamaica. But now I'm at a point when I realize why I don't play for Jamaica is because my dad never went on holiday, yeah. And the holiday we was all going to go on was to Jamaica. He passed away. All right. I can't go to Jamaica now, bro. Okay. And it's something I need to figure out. And as a man, heal, grow. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
But at that time, I swear, I'll never forget, bro. We played Ready to Way. Mapsy, Adrian Mara, that's my boy, that's my dog for life. He was like, I thought this was so mad, yeah. And this is how ignorant I was at the time. There was a white German guy that was the manager of Jamaica. To me, that was mental.
Yeah, I kind of remember the time.
Do you get what I mean? I'm like, there's a white-haired, white man, Jamaica guy telling us what to do. I thought that was mental anyway. But anyway, don't have nothing to do with race. Maps is like, I want you to introduce him because he was trying to get the English, the man that was born in England to come and play for their team.
Yeah.
Bro, he got me so fucked up, bro. He didn't know how to talk to me. Yeah. Because he was like, you're letting down your family, your heritage. And I was like, yo, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
But bear in mind, all I said was hello.
Yeah.
You're letting down your family, your heritage. You should be in Jamaica. And you've got family there that what? And I was...
his approach was all...
I just literally looked at, so you're the coach, but Maps, talk to your boy, bro.
Yeah, pattern that.
And he was like, nah, that's not the way you talk to Troy. And I was like, thank you, but no thank you. Shook his hand. Have a good time with Jamaica. All the best. Went to Maps. Listen, when you go over, man, I'll send you trainers and all that to give to the schools and that. But see the way Byron's talking to me, he's going to have to go because I'll put him in the ground, bro. It's not going to work like that. and that's kind of why I didn't ever play for Jamaica. I've never played for.
All right. So Tigot, what are your thoughts on that?
Troy Deeney is a serious player. Playing for Watford, you know that he's a no-nonsense player. He's a no-nonsense player, and it played out right there. So, and certainly, I understand the coach approach, but you have to pick and choose who you talk to. You understand? You have to pick and choose who you talk to like that. If you don't know the personality, you cannot approach him that way. You understand? If you know them personality, maybe you can approach him that way. But if you don't know the person, you cannot approach him that way. I understand what the coach is saying that, hey man, you should be here a long time playing. You have family here. You should have come and represent a long time ago, trying to make him feel guilty that he wasn't a part of the team from the setup. But this man is a no nonsense. He's not take foolishness. You understand? So you approach him in that manner, him definitely are gonna be pissed off. You understand? Definitely are gonna be pissed off. So I understand both sides of the cake, but it's just sad. It's just really, 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 really sad.
All right. A good perspective. I can give you my perspective. So I think, a lot. I don't want people to use this as a good example because a lot of time people believe that some of these players, as soon as somebody says, hey, you have all right, they're going to just jump and say, all right, I'm going to come and play for Jamaica. And I keep on telling people, when you're close to the players, you can hear some of the feelings they have about situation concerning Jamaica. There's a player, for example, who have family members who came to funeral who were murdered in Jamaica. Big footballer in the Premier League. They just attended a funeral. That was their first visit to Jamaica. And they came to some grandparent funeral and somehow they got caught in a crossfire and the person dead. So like for that youth now to come and play for Jamaica, it takes some, you understand, it takes a certain level of conversation. And I don't think people understand that sometimes not all the players, some of the players have these things. All right. Secondly, how the players are approached is a next issue as well. Because maybe this coach, Schaefer was a person, maybe he has used this approach on some players and it worked. So you have to understand, I always tell people, you cannot treat everybody the same way. Like maybe when he spoke to Wes Morgan, that's what he said.
Speak to Mops or whatever. Yeah.
Right? So sometimes you can use that approach to some players because maybe remember they were in them. It's not like they were together with each other, So you have that, right? Now, at the same time, there are other players that the coach said this, they would have just said, yeah, man, I want to. That's good. There are some of these players, like the man mentioned his father. Imagine the first time you come into Jamaica, your father, if you understand his story, he's very close to his father. Your father died. Every time you think about coming to Jamaica, that comes to memory, unless you go through a certain type of emotional healing, All right? So you have that. So all I'm saying, where the players are concerned, wherever they are, in the States or in England, we have to understand that. While there are some players that none of that matter to them, they don't want to, you don't have to try and convince them this is where they want to come and play. Like they are looking for the opportunity to come and play for Jamaica. But there are others that in having the conversation with them, we must be very mindful, right, of some of these things. We never said Maps in Natty Congo. We said Morgan, not Maps. Morgan, which is Wes Morgan of Leicester. Wes Morgan, not Adrian Mariappa. Morgan, Natty Congo. All right? So that's one thing. All right? So let me say this now. All right? Because Omari Hutchinson have played. And so sometimes, and even these people don't understand, they make it seem like there's an issue. Sometimes a player is going through a point in his career where he needs time. And this is, you don't want to rush them. So I would say to Jamaica, just give Omari Hutchinson, he's still a young youth, give him time. And when he gets to that place, he has tasted Jamaica. You understand what I mean? So when you see these things, give them time. Give them time because you don't know what they're going through, right? But in the time when they get to that place and maybe the struggles that they're going through, whether mentally or in their decision making, you have to give them time to get over it. While we want to see everybody come right now and everybody play, Bridget, and I saw the thing work. These are not easy decisions for some of the players. For some it is, for some it is not. All right? So all I will use is to say is that we must become more mindful of the situation of the players and of the approach. I will also say this too. That is why you must be, I always say this to people. More and more we are realizing that people outside of Jamaica watch the program. That players, friends, agents, and relatives, maybe not mine, but some of the platforms who have way more subscribers. People watch and listen. And what we say, they follow. And they look at who is saying what to get a feel of how Jamaica will welcome them. We must be very mindful of that. Because when you don't know, don't come and say, boy, the player said this. And, you know, the player want to or the player don't want to. Right? We don't know that. We don't know that. No, Kingdom, I know of a player who his relatives first venture into Jamaica was he had a relative who came for a funeral and was killed in a crossfire. When that player thinks about Jamaica, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for him to believe that he can come to Jamaica and be safe. That's what I'm saying. So there are different things. I keep on telling people about the fatherhood issue. Some of these Jamaican fathers have not been good to the mothers of these kids and to the kids themselves. And every time they think about coming to Jamaica, they think about all the problems that their fathers have caused in their lives. And it is a big turn-off. So we mustn't cuss out the players them. And even if, that's what I tell people, if a man say, listen, I don't want to play for Jamaica, me can't vex with him because he may have legitimate reasons. Legitimate reasons why he doesn't want to. But those who want to play, we must treat them well. Right? We must treat them well and make them feel welcome. And
man.
Yeah.
You know where I have a problem?
Let me also say this, Steve. The other thing too is that a lot of us, because there's the other side to the argument. While you may say that some of the players who are domestic are not ready for the national team, you can leave it at that. So in the same way, I don't expect anyone to be disrespectful of the players who are outside of Jamaica. We can't be disrespectful of the youths who are starting here. We cannot. We deal with even some of the youth them here like them are some good for nothing garbage. That is what I don't like. Like, you know, when you listen how sometimes people talk about even some of the, like a Javian Brown, and even when Alvas was playing and hack on these people, we talk like they are nobodies. They are some, we take it beyond football. And what we don't realize is that I have a good experience here. Because some of these things have to be very discreet. But do you know that some of the players who are from England have an issue when they speak about their teammates who grew up in Jamaica a particular way? So don't think like Mariappa is happy when he hears how we speak about Damian Lowe. when he hears how we speak about Javian Bro, don't think Ethan Pinnock is happy or Bobby Reed. They are not. And they take offense to those things because they see them as part of a group. So both sides, we need to become more responsible in our communication. Go ahead, Tiga.
Yeah, they're looking at the issue that if you can speak of a Damian Lowe or a Leon Bailey or whosoever hacker that way, what would you say about me if I'm not performing? You understand? Or if I make a mistake? You understand? You have to look at that issue, and we tend not to look at that. You understand? We just tend to cut. But my problem is, I was about to say, my problem is when when you ask a player to come and play for the national team and he say, "Oh, give me time, give me time, give me time," and then the national team reach a certain phase, like for instance, it's not. I'm just example. People out there. This is an example. Let's, for instance, example, a Mason Greenwood. We know that he's a brilliant player, a good player, right? And we want him to play for Jamaica. Let's say he has his documentation to play for Jamaica. I would say, come and play. And he doesn't play. And when Jamaica qualify for the World Cup, then he say, I want to play. That is where I have a problem. You understand? And we know that even if Jamaica qualify and he say he want to play again, we are gonna take him to play because we know that he's better than more than half of the player then we're not the squad. We're not gonna say no, we don't want him to play. You understand? We're gonna say yeah, make him play because we know his quality and he's better than almost half of the team. I'm not gonna go in at the team on the expense of somebody else. That is where I have a problem.
Yeah.
You understand? That's the problem I have.
Yeah. T got have like 10 minutes in because Arsenal playing. You understand me? So people, the final thing we want to talk about is how about you play at the National Stadium tonight? $1,000 to enter. Go and support local football. But Court Lorne Donaldson, end of his contract, grade that you give to him based on his record, qualifying, should he stay? Should he be given a new contract? Should we look at upgrade in the coaching department? What are your thoughts? And what are your thoughts on the game last night? Look like T-Gat is frozen. Yeah. Yeah, so people, that is the final thing we're going to talk about. Lorne Donaldson. Should he stay? Should he, Lorne Donaldson, stay? One. Should he be given a new contract from the Federation? Two. Are there better coaches available that we should look at? All right. That's three. And yeah. Declan says grade 7, stay no. Mr. United said Lorne did well, but I think we should move on. Too much negativity in the air. DW says stick with Lorne. He has done well. I was at the game and this team has come a long way. Just need some time. Whether he stays or go, it needs to happen fast as the girls have games again soon. Big point that. Bring back Menzi. All right. I think with Omari, though, Mannings, is that people are concerned that we may have lose such a gifted player. It is just normal. I'd keep him. That's Cali Sinclair, big up. I would keep him up to the Gold Cup, which would mean giving him a new contract. Give him his flowers, throw him a party, but I think his time has passed, and it's time for an upgrade in the coaching department. All right. Okay. Good. 7 he can go because his son's fed up with the JFF. Men's is never left. Interesting. So far, most persons are saying that new coach needed. He did a good job, but I don't think he can take us to the next level. Yeah, and he says Omari Hutchinson will play for Jamaica. He needs time. Why we can't just give, if the player say need time, the player come out long time from officially they have said that the player needed some time. So why we can't just give him some time? Like why a man have to come and kind of tell what his personal issues are for us to believe? Come on, man, give the man some time in due time. Yeah. Give him some time. I believe that if Mason, cause I mean his first couple of games for Getafe, he never did so well. You can see that he's still rusty, but as he plays and gets better, I see him playing for Jamaica probably this year. Bring him as a technical director for the women's program, okay? No matter who is a coach for the regular girls, will always have negativity as long as JFF is there. Negativity will be around. You know what I'd love to see? Have we ever had like a female coach at this level? I'd love to see like a top female coach with the group of players that we have, if not Lorne Donaldson. If not Lorne Donaldson, if the federation decide, okay, we're moving on from Lorne, right? I would love to see a top like European coach. Female leading this group of players that we have, especially with some of the young guns that are in the team. That's me. Yeah. Upgrade in coach is not going to change a player's sliding when they should stay on their feet. We are just making growing pains mistake, but I like what I see. MG, Mason Greenwood, got an assist today. Mannings, Mason Greenwood, yeah. Mason Greenwood, what did I say? We need a new coach. One is more focused on blaming the JFF than developing the girls. I believe that as he gets back into the game, like I believe that we could see him playing for Jamaica. I think that would be like, I think once we get 4 points on these 2 games, we get to the playoffs in November, and I think that would be a big time in the national stadium. Stadium with a yo. Yeah. Give me the name again, DW. There's a what you remember, what's her name again? I think if she comes to yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. If not Donaldson, some top female coach from Europe. That's what I'm saying. If not Donaldson, we have to step up. We have to go up higher. Somebody with a Hope Powell. That is the name. Check her out, people. And I think Hope Powell, if you're listening to Management, Hope Powell, if you're listening to Management, I know you sit down on some good money. We the Jamaican people, we don't really have it, Do the work, man. Do the work. Understand me? Because if we start to go the Adidas deal will get big and we can give you some. Do the work, Hope Powell. Hey, people will get Hope Powell in a big name that Jamaica. I think Jamaica female football will take off. I tell her that. That's about, like I said, can we afford somebody of that magnitude? No, man. Know yourself. Listen. Anytime I talk to the players, man, ask them about management, man. You understand me? We do a good job. We're not perfect, and we're learning and we're growing. And you have to also understand the players, But I can tell you this. There's one thing I know about the coach of the Jamaica national team right now, senior national team. He is when it comes down to relationships and communicating and standing with and for his players, this coach is top class. Top class. Him here, Hal Grimson. Top class. If there's anything he's going to be guilty of, is that he stands up too much for his players. You understand me? I believe our fans are negative. Know yourself. Ethan a general, man. Cool, man. Ethan father watching, now. Big up, sir KP. Big up yourself. Because we know you're watching. You understand me? See, know yourself. He must send a message. Tell him, say, you know what happened, Sir P. Mrs. Spin up, bless up yourself for the kids. You understand? We know it go. We know you're probably not watching right now because Brentford playing Arsenal. Ethan not starting still, you know? Yeah. I believe we're fans. Hey, I'm alive. Big point this. Fans, we need to, Jamaica the easy, you know, but I think that is true too. But yeah, we need that sometimes as Jamaican, you know. We need that kind of thing around us to push us and challenge us to greater heights. Yeah. Whoa, people, big breaking news in the NBA. Bucks, Giannis and Damian Lillard. My God, Eastern Conference shake up. Bucks acquiring Damian Lillard from Trailblazers as part of a 3-team trade that also includes the Suns. Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. Man City versus Newcastle right now. And Real Madrid are 2 up against Las Palmas. You understand me? Yeah. All right. But people, no, Baggio, what I am saying, she coach England, she coached Brighton, she's a FIFA instructor, and there you go, current technical director at Birmingham. All I'm saying that's why I said if Lorne Donaldson doesn't resign, if he doesn't resign, you notice what I said? Not if he's not given a new contract. If he opts not to resign, then we should look at that. That's what I am saying. All right. AQ is saying that we should protest on Block Road. I don't know what that. But people, listen. You don't know. Big up Trevante Stewart making the match day roster today for his team. I am man. Have you hit the like button yet? Let's check and see. I'm gonna further with the video now. 68 likes, no sir. And so much views, no sir. I know that, man. No, so that can't work. People, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Remember, AQ, are you a member of I Am Sure Sports? Be a sure boss, man. Be a sure boss. DW, are you a member of the channel? Baggio, are you a member of the channel? You understand me? Peter Mystic, are you a member? $2.99 a month to be a member. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hit the membership right now. Easy. Easy. Yeah. But people, I am Soldier, are you a member? I am Man in His Man. This has been I Am Sure Sports. Arsenal taking on Brentford in Carabao Cup action. Again, remember, Harbourview were playing Caribbean Club Champion game, Caribbean Club game today at the National Stadium. Grandstand only open. $1,000 is the fee to enter. Go and support the Harbourview Football Club. All right. I am Management. This is I Am Sure Sports. As usual, when it gets to this point of the show, we say we are over and we are O-U-T over here.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I'm here represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel subscribe, and share. JS representing, I am sure. I am sure sports.